السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا بكم في قناة Arab English Learning. This is Connect Plus Primary 4 Activity Book Term 2 Unit 8 Part 2. Page 22 Lesson 4 Welcome to Egypt. Exercise 1. Read Amira's tourist brochure. Match the headings with the paragraphs. The first one is done by the book. It's places to visit. Exercise 2, you will choose the correct heading according to what you read. It's a fantastic place to have a holiday. You can take a boat trip down the Nile, or go camping in the desert, or you can go scuba diving in the Red Sea. So what are these things? Yes, these are fun things to do. The Spring Festival of Sham al-Nisim is my favorite festival. We have picnics in the park with our families, and we eat special food. We paint and decorate eggs. It's fun. So what we are talking about here, yes, an amazing festival. My favorite Egyptian dishes are the ones we eat at festivals. We eat a delicious dish called fatta at Eid al-Adha and special cookies called kahk at Eid al-Fitr. So what is the heading number 4? It is delicious festival dishes. Now, exercise 2, you will read again and circle one opinion sentence in each paragraph. Then find and underline the reason that supports the opinion. So, as number 1 here, they circled the opinion. Anything starts with I think, it's an opinion. I think Egypt is a great place to visit. This is an opinion, so we circle it. Now we will underline the reason why we circled this. You can visit pyramids of Giza, the library in Alexandria, or a beautiful temple of Hatshepsut in Valley of the Kings. Now the next one, I circled one opinion. It's a fantastic place to have a holiday. This is my opinion. Why? You can take a boat trip down the Nile, or go camping in the desert, or you can do scuba diving in the Red Sea. So this is the reason why I circled the opinion. 3. The Spring Festival of Sham al-Nisim is my favorite festival. This is my opinion. Why? We have picnics in the park with our families, and we eat special food, and we paint and decorate eggs. The next one, opinion, my favorite Egyptian dishes are the ones we eat at festivals. Why? Because we eat delicious dishes called fatta at Eid al-Adha and special cookies called kahk at Eid al-Fitr. Now, like that, you answered exercise 2. Exercise 3, read the brochure again and answer the questions. 1. Which temple can you visit? The temple of Hatshepsut. It's mentioned in the first title. Number 2. What can you do on the Nile in the desert? You can take a boat trip down the river, or go camping in the desert. 3. Which festival do people celebrate in spring? The Spring Festival. It's called Sham al-Nisim. 4. Which dish is eaten during Eid al-Adha? Fatta is eating during Eid al-Adha. Page 23, exercise 4. Think about what there is to see or do in your region. So here we have places to visit, fun things to do, festivals, and local dishes. I'll talk about my region here in Alexandria. Places to visit like the castle, museum. You can go to the park, to the beach. Okay, the fun things to do, you can take a boat trip, go to the beach, go swimming, have picnics. And the festivals, we have here National Festival, and the local dishes is like dishes the Saidaya, for example, and the desserts. Exercise 5, now you will write a tourist brochure for your region. Think about your answers in exercise 4 and use the tourist brochure in exercise 1 as a model. So these are the things I choose in the first question. Now I'll use it to write down and fill in these headings. Places to visit. I think Alexandria is a great place to visit. You can go to Muntaza Park, where you can see the King's Palace. You can go to Alexandria Library or Qaitbay Citadel. You can go to the Roman Museum. Fun things to do. You can go to the beach. You can go swimming or go sailing. You can take a boat trip. And you can have a picnic in the park with your friends or your family. An amazing festival. You can celebrate Eid al-Adha with family and friends. And you can eat meat and feta. Then you can go to a cafe and have some desserts. Delicious local food. Sayadiyya and fish is one of the most famous local dishes in Alexandria. You can go to a restaurant and order seafood soup and sayadiyya with delicious fish. Page 24, Lesson 5, Fables and Folklore. Exercise 1, you will read the story in your student's book, pages 26 and 27, again, and then you will circle T for true or F for false, then correct the false sentences. The first one, the fables and folklore, are usually written, this is false, they are told. 2. There are many stories from ancient Egypt. True. 3. The stories are often about animals, plants, or nature. True. Again. Exercise 2. Number the sentences in the story in the correct order. And the first one is done by the book. The king asked a man to leave Egypt for a special job. Number 2. The man did not want to tell the king that he was not successful. 3. The man's servant began to tell him his story. 4. The servant's ship sank and he swam to an island. 5. There was a storm and the snake arrived. 6. The snake took the servant to his home. 7. The snake told the servant to be strong and patient. 8. A ship came to take the servant home. 9. The man smiled after he heard the servant's story. Exercise 3, page 25. Circle the correct words to complete the story. A man was worried about talking to the
king
because he was not
successful
after he left Egypt. His servant told him his story. The servant's ship sank after a storm and he was
alone
on an island. A snake saw him and
took him to
his home. The snake told the servant his story. A
star
started a terrible fire, and the snake was the only one to live. He was strong and patient, and things became
better.
The servant listened to the snake and decided to be
patient.
Soon, he returned to his family, and the man
liked
his story. Exercise 4. Read the following and say if they are examples of characters, plot, conflict, resolution, or settings. Hansel and Gretel are characters. Number 2. In the forest, this is
setting.
3. They found their home and lived happily ever after. This is
resolution.
4. They got lost in the forest and could not get back home.
Conflict.
5. Hansel and Gretel got lost in the woods. They found a house made of candy and cake. They entered the house, but they found a terrible witch who wanted to hurt them. Hansel and Gretel killed the witch and ran away. They found their home and lived happily ever after. This is
plot.
6. The bad witch is
character.
7. Inside the house of candy and cake.
Setting.
8. The witch wanted to hurt children.
Conflict.
So any problem in the story, we called it conflict. And the place or the time, we call this setting. And the people that are doing the story, we call them character. And the events in the story is called plot. Exercise 5. Now you write the story of Hansel and Gretel in your own words. Page 26 is the project. Exercise 1. Choose one of these ideas for a story. I choose number 3. A girl wants to make lanterns for her family for Ramadan, but she doesn't have any glass jars. Exercise 2. You have to make notes for your story. The main idea is that the girl wants to make lanterns for Ramadan, and the problem is that she doesn't have any glass jars. So how is she going to fix the problem? Okay, now who are the characters? The girl, I called her Soha, and her sister Mona, and her parents. Setting, the place at home, and the time is Ramadan month. And the plot, she wants to make lanterns for Ramadan and she needs new ideas. The conflict is that she doesn't have any glass jars. And the resolution, she makes lanterns from colorful paper. Now I want to write my story using my ideas and the characters and settings that I wrote. I write it like that. I'll read it quickly for you. Soha is a nice girl who loves her family. She has a younger sister called Mona. Soha is happy today because tomorrow is going to be the first day in Ramadan month. She decides to make lanterns for her family members. Then she goes inside the kitchen to get some glass jars to make the lanterns. Unfortunately, she doesn't find any empty jars. Her sister Mona tells her to search on the internet for new ideas of lanterns. Soha likes the idea. They find a lot of nice ideas of making lanterns from colorful paper. Soha and Mona start to work together. Finally, they get some beautiful lanterns for Ramadan. Their parents are really happy with their lanterns too. Now you can do the same. You can choose another idea here from the stories up and do the same steps like I did. Page 27, unit review, exercise 1. Find, circle, and write the words here. You will find it first, then circle, then write it down. Spices, vinegar, bread, olive, oil, garlic, herbs, and then write them in the correct places. Exercise 2. Complete the table. Use the words in the box here, even it's festivals or traditional dishes. In festivals, you will write Eid al-Adha, Eid al-Fitr, Ramadan, Sham al-Nisim. In traditional dishes, you will write Ful Medammis, Hawawshi, Fatta, and Sayadiyah. Exercise 3. Complete the sentences with the present simple or present continuous tense of the verbs in the box. Number 1. Dina is reading a book of Egyptian fables in her bedroom. 2. Grandma always makes kak for Eid al-Fitr. 3. Faris lives in an apartment near the coast. 4. We are listening to some traditional Egyptian music on the radio now. 5. The children usually play games in the park on the weekend. 6. Look at these. I'm painting some eggs for Sham al-Nisim. Exercise 4. Answer the questions from the whole unit. Exercise 1. In which festival do people sacrifice a sheep? Yes, Eid al-Adha. 2. Which recipe is made with fish? Sayadiyah. 3. What were sandals made of in ancient Egypt? They were made of leather. 4. What is a hizam? It is a belt. 5. What was the story about the snake called? The tale of the shipwrecked sailor. 6. Why do people often wear loose clothes? Because the weather is hot. Thank you very much for listening and watching this video. ما تنسوش تتابعوا نفس اليونت على كتاب الستودنتس بوك كونكت بلس والاكتيفيتي بوك. ولو أول مرة تشوفنا ما تنساش تعمل سبسكرايب وما تنساش تعمل لايك عشان تشجعنا ولايك and share عشان غيرك يستفيد. شير في الخير. Thank you again and see you very soon. Bye.